Hello students, this is J Science Hub. Today we are going to study about one of the most important section in the field of biology. You know, in the environment there are different things present. These things can be divided into two different categories. They are biotic and abiotic. Biotic are living things and abiotic are non-living things. So what makes this different? And how can we differentiate the living things from non-living things? Living things have some common characteristics. These characteristics differentiate the living things from non-living things. The common characteristics of living organisms are cellular organization, nutrition, respiration, irritability and coordination, excretion, movement, reproduction, growth and development. So in this video we are going to discuss about the first three common characteristics present in living organism. They are cellular organization, nutrition and respiration. The living organisms can be divided into two types. They are unicellular as well as multicellular. Unicellular organism possess a single cell which perform all the metabolic activities needed to be alive. The unicellular organisms are microscopic. So when consider the structure of a unicellular organism, it is made up of the cytoplasm and the organelles enclosed by a plasma membrane, right? The origin of the multicellular organism is from a single cell zygote, which is the product of the fertilization of an egg with a sperm. The gametes, egg and sperm together fertilize and forms the zygote. This zygote undergoes cell division and it turns into a multicellular organism. Okay. The multicellular organism possess different types of cells. Those cells are important in performing different functions. The smallest structural and functional unit of any organism is a cell. Okay, so a group of cells with the same origin modified to perform a specific function are known as tissues. So in brief, we can consider tissues are the collection of cells with a specific function. Okay, tissues together forms the organs. Organs forms the system. So these systems are modified to perform any process. For example, excretory system is modified to perform excretion. These systems are interrelated and they are collectively form an organism. Okay, so this flow chart shows us the organizational level that can be identified in a living being. Just think about this day. We are performing different activities, right? It can be physical activities or as well as the metabolic activities which can be take place inside our body, right? For all these we need energy. To produce these energy we need nutrients. So the process by which the energy and materials are obtained for the maintenance of life is known as nutrition. Okay, so organisms which can produce their food, we call them as autotrophs, and organisms which cannot produce their food are known as heterotrophs. These heterotrophs are directly or indirectly based on autotrophs for their food. Based on the energy source used for the production of food, autotrophs can be divided into two types. They are photoautotropic and hemoautotropic. Photoautotropic means they use the solar energy as the energy source. The organisms which are hemotropic use the energy obtained by chemical reaction. Okay, so most of the bacteria are hemotropic. The most important photoautotropic organism is plant. So plant possess a chlorophyll which has a tendency to absorb the solar energy. These chlorophylls are present inside the special organelle called chloroplast, which is exclusively present only in plant. It's absent in the animal cell, right? So you have a question, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process of producing organic compounds from inorganic compounds. In brief, we can say photosynthesis is a process which takes place in green plants for the production of their food. The carbon dioxide and water as a raw material. In the presence of solar energy, it produces the glucose and the byproduct oxygen. The food produced in plant leaves are supplied to other parts of the plant and stored in them. Animals which are heterotrophic consume this food. So directly or indirectly they are consuming the food. It means the herbivores directly consume from the plant, but the carnivores consume a herbivore which obtain the food from the plant. This food linkage can be shown by the food web. So now we understand nutrition is the fuel for the production of energy which is needed to perform all the metabolic activities which take place inside the organism. So now you all have a question, how energy is formed from nutrition. Okay, organism obtain this energy by breaking down the food inside the cell that they have produced or obtained by other means. Okay, so the process by which the stored food is transformed into energy inside the cell is known as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is a series of biochemical reactions which take place mainly in mitochondria. Mitochondria is considered as a powerhouse of cell. The respiration, which is an important character of life, cannot be seen directly, but we can observe using respiratory movement of some organism. Okay, so inspiration and expiration is take place during respiration. Inspiration is the intake of oxygen, while the expiration is the removal of carbon dioxide. Okay, so we can set up the experiment to show that carbon dioxide is released during the respiration as well as the oxygen is used during the respiration. So look at this experimental setup. This experimental setup shows us that carbon dioxide is released during respiration. So in A we have KOH, in B we have lime water, in C we keep the frog, in D we have lime water, and in E we have water, right? If the carbon dioxide is dissolved in lime water, it turns into milky white, right? In KOH the CO2 is dissolved, so it won't goes to vessel B. So the lime water in the vessel B is not changed into milky white, but in D lime water is turned into milky white. So it shows that carbon dioxide is dissolved in lime water. So there's only possible way carbon dioxide can reach into this closed setup is from the vessel C, where the living frog is there. So in vessel C frog is there, right? So frog is a living organism, so it should engage in respiration. So while it engage in respiration, during exhalation it should release the carbon dioxide. That is the reason for changing the lime water into milky white. Okay, so from this we can confirm carbon dioxide is released as a byproduct of respiration. Instead of frog we can use germinating green gram, paddy, maize, bean seed and other things. So this experimental setup is to show the observation of oxygen in respiration. In this experiment we use germinating seeds. In setup A, KOH present. Already I say CO2 will dissolve in KOH, right? The CO2 which presents inside vessel A as well as the CO2 which released during the exhalation of germination seed will absorb by KOH. Oxygen which presents inside the vessels will be absorbed by the germinating seed. So due to this absorption of carbon dioxide and oxygen, there will be a gap. To fill this gap, air in the tube flows into the flask. The water column in the glass tube is drawn up. So from this experiment it is clear oxygen is absorbed for respiration of organism. In setup B we can't observe this change because the absorbed oxygen volume is equal to the released carbon dioxide volume. Okay, so now we understand about the three main characteristics which possessed by all the living organism. So in the next video we will study about the other characteristics which possessed by living organism. Thanks for watching. Like the video, share it and subscribe to J Science Hub for more videos related to science.